You grow up quicker when you're on the streets like that.
Rusty Swift says he's a lifelong drug addict.
Opiates, fentanyl, you never know what you're getting.
And drugs have gotten him in trouble more than once.
Jail, prison, yeah. I'm well known.
He's finishing up time at the Cumberland County Jail for a probation violation and hoping to stay clean. But that hasn't always been the case.
I've had my contraband issues in this jail. I've had my contraband issues in prison.
He's not alone.
There's just ways.
Louise Cook says she can tell. Contraband, mostly drugs according to officials, is smuggled in among the women too.
Their actions, their eyes, there's just little, everybody has a little tell.
A public records request by the CBS 13 I-Team reveals heroin, marijuana, methadone, oxycodone, and tobacco have all been intercepted by the Department of Corrections. But the #1 item inmates try to smuggle is Suboxone sublingual strips, which are used to treat opiate addiction. Back in 2015, 7 people were charged after police busted a group that was smuggling the drug into the state prison, selling each strip for hundreds of dollars.
We know it's coming in.
Cumberland County Sheriff Kevin Joyce and half a dozen others say their jails are combating the same contraband.
Most of our population have drug addiction issues, and we're fighting that every day.
Inmates say the Suboxone isn't used to beat addiction, but to get high.
Everyone wants to feel better, This is not fun.
We've discovered that there's a market for that. There are people that are willing to go out and basically take orders for drugs and then find ways to get it in.
The small, thin strips can be hidden in body parts and in the mail, sometimes even liquefied and dropped onto letters, according to the DOC.
We've banned cards from coming in. We take photocopies of greeting cards.
Joyce says strips have been found in between sheets of cardboard and in the folds of envelopes. Contraband also prompted the jail to ban contact visits, leaving inmates to see their loved ones from behind a sheet of glass.
You can't see your people and kiss and touch your people, and that's horrible.
At prisons, visits are still in person but come with strip searches. Being caught with contraband can lead to lost privileges and even criminal charges. In 2016, the DOC forwarded 36 cases to prosecutors.
We're housing them, we're trying to keep them healthy, we're trying to do the best we can, but we're not fixing them.
With little to no help behind bars, addiction specialist Dr. Mark Publiker says he's not surprised desperate addicts are going to great lengths to get a fix. He believes they should have regular access to medication along with therapy.
Without any question. Right now, at any given time, the figure is over 80,000 prisoners at state and federal levels have opiate addiction or not being treated.
Treatment requires money. So for now, Joyce says the best thing officials can do is keep drugs out.
We're always trying to stay one step ahead of the inmates, but we also know they're always trying to stay one step ahead of us as well.
It's a game, man. It's a game.
It's really sad. It's heartbreaking, actually.
Louise Cook sits in the Cumberland County Jail. Her longtime partner and 3 sons, all in different federal prisons.
I lost my whole family. I lost my house. I lost my grandson. I've lost everything because of heroin.
She says what started as a dependence on pain pills turned into an opiate addiction and eventually a trafficking conspiracy.
And before you know it, everything snowballs and your whole life is just exploded before your eyes.
The 52-year-old was already a felon when she was arrested in 2014. Court documents say she drove Dale Pinkham Sr. to and from another state to get heroin to distribute in Maine, sometimes helping him sell the drug out of their Buxton home. Court records also say Pinkham and one of the couple's sons bought stolen guns, which were hidden in the house.
People need to realize that even if it starts out as fun, as something fun to do, it quickly becomes not fun. It quickly becomes where you have to have this or you feel like you can't survive.
Cook says she got clean at a methadone clinic earlier in 2014 and hasn't used heroin since. But that wasn't the case for Pinkham and one of their sons.
It's just something that you have to go through. Your body has to get it out. You have to detox it, and it's not pretty, that's for sure.
She says she's seen it countless times in the jail.
Probably 7 out of 10 people, as far as the women, I can only speak for the women, that come in here are addicted to drugs.
There's not much treatment behind bars. Jail administrators say no medication is given for addiction. Only group sessions for Alcoholics Anonymous and Narcotics Anonymous. A 2010 Columbia University study found only 11% of inmates with substance abuse and addiction disorders across the country get help while incarcerated.
In and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, like a revolving door. You know, this is not a detox, it's jail.
As she prepares to serve a 5-year sentence in federal prison, Cook hopes other addicts will think twice before their story ends like hers did.
I just want people to realize that it could get to this point where you lose everything. I mean, my family's just, it's destroyed.
You grow up quicker when you're on the streets like that.
Rusty Swift says he was 14 and homeless when he started using drugs.
Opiates, fentanyl, you never know what you're getting.
And drugs have gotten him in trouble more than once.
Jail, prison, yeah. I'm well known, and it's kind of crappy. That's kind of like a crappy thing to have to say.
Some corrections officers, he says, feel more like family.
I didn't learn how to tie a tie going to prom. I learned how to tie a tie going to trial, and one of these deputies tied my tie for me.
Swift's criminal record dates back to 1997. Assault, robbery, burglary, trafficking in prison contraband, car theft, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, criminal mischief, criminal threatening. The list goes on and on.
It's usually things that are done to get drugs. Like my last case happened to have been a trafficking case.
He's no stranger to detoxing behind bars.
It's a horror show. You know, it's nasty. It's dirty stuff, man.
Still looking for a fix as soon as he's freed.
Everyone wants to feel better, you know?
But not this time, he says.
I'm just a little sick of it, you know what I'm saying? I found something that I want to try to straighten up for, you know what I'm saying?
He's only looking ahead towards starting a new chapter.
Because you look backwards and it's a long way back, man. I'm looking back 14 years old, you know what I'm saying? But that's the wrong, I feel like that's the wrong way to look at it.
To give his story a better ending. In Cumberland County, Marissa Bodner, CBS 13 News.